Good morning, afternoon, or night, whatever time you're watching this. I wanted to talk a little bit about thinking long term. And this is something that I've practiced throughout my entire sales career because I truly believe that it's much more worth it to think about the long term compared to trying to just get that short term, a quick, easy sale. So I guess what I'm saying is I would rather not take that quick, easy sale in hopes to have a relationship with somebody down the road in which they will use me every time they have a real estate sales transaction. You'll get people that you meet and you might be in a position to lead them to purchasing something, but maybe it's not the best fit for them. So, one example would be thinking long term. Somebody comes into your model home and you could sell them that home. They're in need of a home, but at the same time, that what they're looking for isn't exactly what's in that model home that you're in, and building might be something that suits their needs better. But instead of going through the whole entire process with them and putting in more work with them to do that, you try to sell them the model home that you're in. What could happen is the family buys the house, they move in, and after a year or so of living there, they just determine that this house just isn't a good fit for them, and maybe they go and visit another builder, and that builder says, hey, why don't we build exactly what you want? Compared to the other scenario in which you lead them away from purchasing that model home that you're in, and you convince them that building is what's going to suit their needs best. So then again, they're living in their home for a year or so, and they are going to be so happy that they waited a little bit longer and went through the process of building to get everything that they absolutely wanted. They're going to have a much higher regard or respect for you because of that. And they're going to tell others, hey, you got to go see so-and-so because, he really, we didn't want to build. We weren't thinking about building, but he showed us that was the right thing to do and that was going to suit all of our needs. So you got to go talk to him. So you could just get that short-term sale and have that family maybe even be a little unhappy with you down the road. They might say, man, that guy was, he was pressuring me to make the sale. He didn't try to offer any type of resistance, even though he probably knew that wasn't what would best suit our needs, as opposed to them loving you because you pointed them in the right direction. And it was something that, you didn't get your commission as soon as you would if you would have just sold them that model home. Because if you sell them the model home, you write up the offer, they close in 30 to 45 days. If they're going to build a new home, there's going to be, especially if it's a custom home, there could be, 3 to 4 months before they close and you get your commission. So it's one of those things that you're sacrificing getting that quick and easy pay date for long-term success. And what you're going to gain off of that long-term is, referrals from them. Maybe they'll turn around and they'll build again in 5 to 6 years, where if they would have just bought that model home off of you, they might have sold that and went and looked somewhere else because they may not think that you offer custom home building, because when you were there, you just wanted to sell them the model and you really didn't talk about that much. So you could be giving up, for that short-term sale, you could be giving up a future home build and referrals. You're going to have a better reputation. They're going to think more highly of you. You're going to have better word of mouth. It's all around a win-win. And so that's something that I have always been a true believer of. I would much rather, especially with certain clients. For example, I've got a client right now that I'm working with, 2 local farmers and big time landowners in our area. And a lot of the stuff that I help them with, I don't even earn a commission on. So in the farming community, when farmers are purchasing or selling land, especially these guys, they know everybody in their area. So honestly, and they've sold and purchased enough real estate to where, in all honesty, they don't always need a realtor every time. Now, sometimes I definitely think that they do, but there are other times where if they're going to be purchasing a piece of land from somebody that they've known quite a while, somebody that's in the same industry with them, they may not need that real estate professional to guide them through the transaction. They know what to do. So I've been working with these couple of farmers now, and I have listed a couple of homes for them, a couple of vacant land properties. So we'll say out of the total amount of properties that I have helped them with, I have only listed 50% of them. The other 50%, I'm just offering them, I'm giving them my opinion on what I think the home will sell for. Or maybe I'll just do a market analysis on the property. Or maybe they've got somebody that is going to be purchasing the property and they just want to make sure that they're not going to be selling it for, less than they should or more than they should. And all the time, they always say to me, well, let me know if you want me to pay you for anything. And I'm always telling them, no, I don't want to be paid for this. I would rather keep a relationship with you. And if there's something in the future that you need a realtor to write something up on, then I'm your guy. But I don't need to make little commissions, short, easy commissions. I would rather just help you out and develop a relationship. So we've had this relationship now for probably about 4 years. And now I am actually helping out one of their sons with a real estate transaction. And it was kind of the same thing. They knew the person they were going to be purchasing the land from, and they asked if I could help them write up the offer to purchase. Now, legally, as a licensed realtor, I do have to charge for writing up that offer. But I charged a couple $100 to do that. So I'm not, making really anything off that. I'm just charging because I have to legally do that. And again, they said the same thing. I told them what I needed to be compensated there for, a few $100. And they almost looked at me and rolled their eyes and said, come on, Jason. I mean, we got to give you more than that. And I said, no, I would rather, have a relationship with you. I would rather, if something comes about in the future that you need a realtor to list or write an offer for you, then I'm your guy. But I just want to help and develop a relationship and show that you can trust me and that I'm a trustworthy person. And then in the future, as things come about that you need a realtor for, well, then just make sure to come to me. And so it wasn't a week after we had that initial meeting and conversation, and lo and behold, he's got another property. And it was actually one, he asked me if I could keep an eye open for investment type properties for him, vacant land, farmland, something that could be some type of a property where you could purchase it and you're not going to lose any money on it, and maybe 15 years down the road you can make some money on it. So a good investment property. And this is something that people need to do if they sell a big piece of property and they don't want to pay the capital gains tax on it. They need to take that money and put it into another similar property. This is called a 1099 exchange. So he asked me if there were any properties that were out there that I thought would be a good investment. I told him about one, and it's something that he is seriously considering. Now, I don't know if we are going to end up writing an offer, but he has told me that he needs to go over it with his couple of partners that would be involved. This to date will be the most expensive, highest price purchase that I will ever be involved in. So this is a $2 million property. And I would be the one writing the offer on the property, and I would be earning a co-broke because it's listed with another realtor. I'd be earning that 2.4% co-broke off of this property. So now again here, I'm not going to put any pressure on them to buy it because yes, this would be a huge deal for me. But again, if it's something that doesn't, I don't want to tout this property too much because I don't want to try to convince them to purchase a property. And then I'm the one, if something doesn't work out with it, I'm the one that they remember saying, yeah, you need to purchase this. This is a good investment. Again, yes, this would be a huge deal right now, but I'm thinking long term. I want to keep a relationship with them, have a good relationship with them. Yes, it's a $2 million property, but really, if I take and I look 20 years from now, and if you have the ability to look that far ahead, I'm 37 years old. when I'm 57 years old, I'm still going to be an owner of my real estate company. That real estate company is going to be a lot bigger than it is right now. And these clients that I'm working with, even if I don't do this deal with them right now, they are one of the largest property owners in our area. And so they've got lots of properties that they're going to buy and sell over the next 20 years. So I honestly would love if this transaction worked out, but I'm not going to put any pressure on. I'm just giving my honest opinion as to what I think of the property, as opposed to trying to push the property on them and trying to talk them into buying the property. I'm giving my honest opinion, and that's the one thing that they appreciate about me, is that I'm a straight shooter and I'm an honest guy. And I've talked a bit about this before. This is one of the biggest traits that you can have in sales, especially if you're going to be dealing with somebody that you want a long-term relationship with. If somebody can trust you and they know that you're honest and you're going to straight shoot with them, they're going to come to you with anything. So they know that when I'm telling them about this property, I'm not trying to push this on them. I'm giving them facts about the property. I'm not telling them that I think that this is a great investment, because in all honesty, I don't know that it is. It may be a great investment down the road. I know that they won't lose money with the property, but that's all I can tell them. Now, most people, if they're going to make a purchase like this, they want to hear, this is going to be a great investment. You have to go ahead with this. This is what they want to hear. This is the affirmation that they want to move ahead with purchasing that property. But if I'm the one that tells them that and it doesn't work out, I'm pretty much done. I'm not going to be working with them anymore in the long term. So that would be foolish on my part. So let's just recap a little bit here. Always think long term, no matter how small the transaction or the interaction with somebody, or how big the transaction is with somebody. Always think long term. Do not ever try to push anything onto anybody for your short-term benefit. If you can realize that you are serving others, and that it is your job to not be selfish and to serve and help others, the money will follow. And that's one of the number one things that was taught to me when I started this career, and my dad taught that to me. The money will follow. Work hard, be honest with people, don't be selfish, put them in front of you, help them, just concentrate on helping them and finding something to suit their needs, and the money will follow. And it's so true. So that's what I want to leave you with today. Think long term. I hope both of these examples, I think, are two good examples of why you should do that. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate anybody who checks out these videos. Please leave me a comment if you have any questions pertaining to anything real estate sales, new home construction sales. Share, subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of the day, and God bless.